Get in, losers! We're breaking down some of the smallest details you might have overlooked even after watching Mean Girls for the 1000th time. So grab some snacks or some cheese fries and let's get into it. Gretchen Wiener's hair might be full of secrets, but she may not know everything that went down in the halls of North Shore High, even 17 years after the fact. The cult classic film, written by Tina Fey, has only increased in popularity since its 2004 debut, and many lines from the movie have gone on to remain as household quotes even now.
You're like really pretty. Thank you. So you agree? What? You think you're really pretty?
Looking back after the fact, there are still so many details about the film that fans never really caught. So we're breaking down some fun facts right now. And why, you may ask?
Because I'm such a good friend.
For starters, you may not have caught one major detail that lies in the North Shore mascot, aka a lion. This was actually symbolic, as it fits in perfectly with Katie's consistent metaphors throughout the movie, where she points out the similarities between girl world and the animal world, seeing as lions are the kings of the animal kingdom. As the characters become introduced in the beginning of the film, the iconic cringy scene where the principal, Mr. Duvall, walks into Miss Norbury's class at the perfect time when her shirt is stuck to her sweater will never escape our minds. You might recall, however, that Mr. Duvall had a cast on his hand, which was actually a real injury and written into the film as the return of his carpal tunnel.
I got divorced.
Oh. My carpal tunnel came back.
I win.
Throughout the film, there are also multiple references to plastics, like the material of the skirts worn by the Plastics during their Jingle Bell Rock talent show dance, as well as the word silicone spelled incorrectly on the chalkboard in the scene where Katie asks her teacher to go to the bathroom. And if you've ever tried to study Janice Ian's detailed cafeteria map, there are a few hidden gems on there, including some of the food in the food line, which she points out are Spam, mystery meat, and fish sticks. Bon appetit? She also included a "You Are Here" marker next to the football field in the spot where Janice, Damien, and Katie sat on the first day. And next to a row of trees, she wrote, "Makeout zone warning, there is sexual activity in these woods." Duly noted. So it may not be Wednesday today, but we won't take action if you're not wearing pink. That said, Regina George's mom apparently did get the memo when the girls came over to her house, as she was also wearing pink the Wednesday they invited Katie to sit with them.
I'm not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Tina Fey was the creative genius behind the lines in the film, but some lines were actually inspired by her real-life experiences. The infamous Glenn Coco was actually the name of a real-life friend of hers, and the actor who played him in the movie, David Real, is actually pretty well known in Canada. Oh, and how could we possibly forget the scene where Regina retracts her compliment to a student after gushing over her skirt?
Vintage. So adorable. Thanks. That is the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen.
Apparently, this is something Tina's mom would say to strangers, as she once explained, "My mom has this habit that if she sees a lady in a really ugly hat or a glittery sweatshirt, she'll go, 'I love your shirt.' And I'll say, 'Mom, that's really mean.' And she'll say, 'Clearly she wanted someone to notice that shirt. She picked it out. It has a huge teddy bear on it.' Why does that actually make sense?" During Katie's first Halloween party, as Janice and Damien were having a scary movie marathon at home, they were right at the climax of Friday the 13th, but if you look closely, you can see that they might have watched Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets just before that, as seen at the top of the stack of movies. As if we couldn't love them more, they go and prove their love for the wizarding world. The topic of white gold hoop earrings was simply off limits if you were part of the Plastics, but what many didn't realize was that the second the girls ganged up on Regina and kicked her out of the group, Katie could be seen wearing a pair of hoop earrings. The film finally came full circle with a happy ending as the Plastics all split into their respective new groups of friends, and it seems Gretchen's one wish of being able to wear her white gold hoops from Hanukkah was finally granted. Oh, and in case you were wondering, just as Karen Smith bravely attempted, Amanda Seyfried actually can put her whole fist in her mouth. We'll just leave this one right here.
Yes. Very good.
To see what the iconic cast of Mean Girls is up to nowadays, click right over here for the full rundown in another clever news video. Then let me know which of these details you found most surprising in the comments down below. For now, I'm your girl Carly Henderson. You should come say hi on social media at @CarlyHenderson_, and I'll see you guys soon.